Hi, it is Sarah Jane from Access Your True Nature, and I'm coming to you from a very overcast day in London underneath this incredible, beautiful tree. I don't know if you can see it, reaching for the sky. And I just wanted to record this really short message as we sort of enter into the end of 2019 and whatever 2020 is bringing us, to just thank you from the bottom of my heart for your love, for your support over this year, for journeying with me, and for using your voice, your deep concerns, your resources, to speak to what matters and moves you from a very deep, deep truth of being alive at this time in our ascension as human beings, and to remember the being, to remember who we're becoming, and how to really stay and find your center as we're shedding the skins, all the old skins, all the old ways, and creating a whole new way of being into the world, dreaming into being that 8-8 energy of creating heaven on earth. And my daughter said something to me the other day. She said, "Mom, would you rather be alive at the beginning of the world or the end of the world?" And I had to really hesitate and pause to think about that, because no matter what I would like, I'm alive now, as are you. And I know how easy it is to get lost in the chaos and the misery and the not knowing, that somewhat feeling of the end of days, as we are using Gaia's resources in ways, even though we may be conscious of our carbon footprint and conscious of making better choices to tread more gently on the earth as an infinite being, that we need to deeply, deeply sink our roots, just as these beautiful trees that are resting right now in this part of the world, and turn toward our true magnetic north, to remember our hearts, to come back to our hearts and not get lost in the misery and the fear of what is being done in the destruction phase, of where we are seeing fires raging and species destroyed, and how we can deepen into trusting. That this has always been my soul urge, and I know what I've come here to do is to really, really trust and surrender into that we're all here creating and making the best that we possibly can with what we have. We have no idea what we're capable of, and yes, we can lean into despair. We can feel like we're fighting against the odds to create a better, sustainable planet, but we have no idea what we're capable of. And as much as we can wallow and turn and lie in the despair and lift our hands up and feel like nothing we do is enough, but we can also turn back to our fierce love and our determination and our dreaming and our hope and our trust and our intention and our prayer and our gratitude and the intimacy, right? To really truly see into ourselves and to not lose everything in that despair of thinking that, yes, there is more to lose, but we can always come back to our hearts. It's like we have to empty our cup in order to be able to fill ourselves back up with what it means to be moved by this beautiful connection that we have with Gaia. And my wish for you, as we move into a new decade, into whatever 2020 holds for us, of what it means to be alive at this time, not at the beginning or the end, but now, that you fall back in love with yourself, that you have a deep reverence for your own body, that you start treating your body as the body of life, as the body of Gaia, with more respect and that you rest in that trusting space of knowing the genius of your own soul calling and this rite of passage as we rebirth and remember, and that we use 2020, each and every one of us, as a portal of changing the things that we want to change in the world and see the things that are calling our attention. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of the animals, on behalf of this beautiful space that we have co-created together, that we really come back into holding space for a different expression of what it means to be alive, of what it means to be a woman, and see this as a turning point, an opportunity to move toward ourselves in this deep heart space of remembering that each and every one of us plays an important part in what will become of all of us, and how can we create and connect on a deeper level of safety and connection and belonging, not only to our sovereign state, but to our tribes and to our communities and to our truth of being woman, because we have no idea who we're becoming. So trust that we are so loved, that the only way is through the heart, and that chamber of love is being gifted to us as only Gaia can, to remember that your voice matters, that together we can create a different, sustainable future where we're all treading very lightly and gently, not only on ourselves, but as part of this human collective of the natural world that is calling to us to be braver, to be fiercer, to be more determined in everything that we're creating. So from my heart to yours, I wish you the best possible future of this beautiful dream that we're weaving into being, that is forged in heart energy, that dispels any fear of that we cannot change or choose or institute a different way of being, that we're doing it together. And I so look forward to adventuring and experimenting and deepening our commitment to do that together in 2020. I send you so much love.